Math. It's everyone's favorite subject in school, right? Well, not really. But have you ever thought about why so many people think of math as difficult? Well, there could be a number of reasons for this. One is that mathematicians, those who are really good at math, they're thought of as number crunching geniuses who it just comes naturally to, as if there's no work on their end to become good at math. The second thing about math is, so frequently in our lives, we find ourselves in situations where we're expected to be human calculators. Someone will ask you a math question, and you feel silly if you can't answer it on the spot. But humans, we're not computers. We're not calculators. There are so many different ways that we apply math in our everyday lives, and we don't even realize it. So all of us are mathematicians, and we should really appreciate math a little bit more. So today, I want to take a moment to talk to you about math, most specifically, the real-world applications of math and how you can use it in your everyday life. So let's get started. The first thing to keep in mind about math is that we use it all the time. We use it when we shop, when we build things, we use math at work and at school. Yet, many people have difficulty with this subject. Strangely enough, you can hate math and love baking, but when you bake, you use measurement. And no good delicacies can survive incorrect measurements. How else do you make the perfect pie? No pun intended. But if we look at math in a more practical way, we see it pop up everywhere. Even in our fun and games. For instance, if you love video games, you really love math. Because behind every block of Minecraft is a variable. And let's not get into the parabola of every single jump you've ever made in a video game. Physics and math will literally make or break a game. So math isn't as intimidating as it seems. And here are a few simple activities to prove it. It's project time, and this time, we're going to make a game of math. For this project, you'll need any or all of the following: blocks, an apple, a ball, or playing cards. First game we'll try is Lego math. Have you ever tried it? There are many variations of how you can use Legos to learn math concepts. The most basic for young learners is to teach them counting through building. You can also use Legos to teach about fractions simply by lining them up and comparing them by size. And speaking of fractions, there's no more delicious way to understand them than by using food. This classic method is time-tested. Apple fractions are a personal favorite of mine. Try splitting an apple with a grown-up sometime. And while doing so, write out how many pieces you ate as a fraction. Did you keep the whole apple? Half of the apple? A quarter? This straightforward activity can be done with pies, pizzas, and other foods. This activity is a common favorite of many school teachers as well, so you might have seen it before. Another great way to learn about math is through sports, because almost every sport is about numbers. The way to win in virtually all sports is to get the highest number. Have you ever played a sport before? If so, did you keep track of your performance? How did you measure that? In a game like basketball, one measurement is through your field goal percentage. To track this, you compare your made shots with your missed shots. And so let's say you make 1 out of 4 shots. You can determine the percentage of shots that you've made by using division. In my case, I had 100% field goal percentage with the help of some fancy film editing. Have you ever tried to play the card game Speed? The goal of the game is to get rid of all of your cards in the right sequence first. So this too teaches basic counting concepts while also pushing your brain to quickly calculate numbers. So at the end of the day, Math isn't so scary after all. And it shouldn't be, because you use it all the time. Well, that's all for now. OMSI would like to thank our presenting sponsors, Boeing, Verizon, and also our supporting sponsors from CUI Devices and Microsoft for making STEAM Week digital content possible.